But Dr. Singh, I also want to understand and shift our focus to, you mentioned antibiotics and medicines, and India's been the pharmacy of the world. But there's a huge challenge of antibiotic resistance that has come in. And doctors like yourselves would understand the repercussions of what we're staring at. It might look like a small problem, but it isn't. How are we planning to challenge this? Yes, awareness is the first step, but what do we do moving forward?
No, I agree with you, and I think that is something which is can't be left to the government alone. That is something which the citizen has to take responsibility, and also an equal measure to the medical professionals. Sometimes there is overdoing in this, as I hinted out in my earlier remark. So maybe over treatment or using certain antibiotics or antimicrobials when it could have been done otherwise. About 2 centuries back, Oscar Wilde wrote that the precious pounds that are spent in treating a fever through medicine could be better spent on arranging a good caring nurse. Which in other words means that many of the viral fevers may not require a very heroic treatment. They might just require resuscitation of the body, some rest, avoiding exposures, some boosters, nutrition. But maybe the patient is in a hurry and the doctor is in also a hurry. So I don't blame either of the two because I've been a practitioner. So if I don't, तो वो कहेगा उसी के घर जाके कहेगा तू डॉक्टर बदल दे. So I lose my patient. So there is so much of concern. And I think to agreeing with you, it requires awareness, both on the part of the patient as well as the doctor.
Which is what I was coming to. Oscar Wilde sir also wrote, the only thing I can't resist is temptation. And when you have an antibiotic in front of you and you have, a rush hour office and you have a corporate job.
But actually that is also a misplaced impression because certain viral fevers would again take same time even if you give an antibiotic. So for example, if you have common cold, acute coryza which is called, even if you take antibiotic, you're not going to get rid of it for less than 3-4 days.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the patient is also in a hurry and the doctor is at the risk of losing the patient. So unless the entire milieu undergoes a transformation, which will take some time,
Yeah. Quickly, I also want to talk about, Dr. Singh, mental health. And earlier we had a session on mental health. The government has, been dealing with mental health crisis, mental health situations. The Supreme Court has also formed a national task force as far as mental health is concerned. How is the government really planning to deal with this? This is, such a fast-spreading challenge, and more youngsters are being gripped into it. And now you have the problem of, people going to AI and talking about suicide and then ending up committing suicides. That's the biggest challenge.
No, I think it'll not be optimally correct to leave it to government. Because as Mark Twain once said, the economics is too serious a subject to be left to economists alone. So this is a depression happening or stress issues happening or suicidal tendencies happening is a multifactorial outcome of so many things. And I think much of factors emanating from the social milieu, from the economic factors or issues, also from the increasing competitiveness and the aspirational surge which this country is witnessing. So I think the family, the society, and the citizenry in general may have to contribute much more. However much a government tries, it would not be able to achieve the optimum results unless everybody has a stake. And then also the malpractices which are happening, like you see, last year there were those flash floods and I found some of the new bridges being flown away. So I asked the highway authorities, I said, what has this happened? Because in my constituency also, just about a year back. So to prove his point, he showed me a photograph. He says, see, these are 15 panels and 12 have been dug out by illegal mining by your own people. So I had no answer to that. So this also requires esteem, this requires a value system, this requires a sense of responsibility in the sense that my stake is not only my stake, it's your stake also. Or your stake is not. So if I dig a bridge, hoping that I'll make a booty out of this or a fortune out of this, let me not forget that someday my child or my family member may also be driving on the top of the same bridge and face a bad consequence. So unless we think that our stakes are linked, our interests are linked, so that kind of awakening in the society is very important. And since we are opening up to these new options of technology, as I mentioned, AI and things, so we are still learning how best to use them optimally. And then I think AI-driven human intelligence is worse than human intelligence-led AI. So that is another factor.
My last question, sir. Since you are a doctor, I would like to take that leverage and ask you if there's one thing that you would like to tell people today to have, a healthy lifestyle, to live a healthy life, what would it be?
No, for the mental health, I think to be positive. What happens most of the time, we think about others. We don't think about ourselves. So if you are sitting in that chair, I keep bothering, why she, why not me? Why he, why there? If we just focus on ourselves and then try to see where I was and where I am today, so that's good enough for me. So that will solve half the problem. And as far as the physical health is concerned, I think it's equally important to guard against the disinformation which is spreading this side. You have, hosts of these nutritionists sitting there, dietitians sitting there, rolling out fanciful prescriptions. And the more fanciful prescriptions, the more followers. Suppose I give you a diet chart with 7 breakfasts for 7 days, then I become more popular. Because I'm sensationalizing all that. So we have to guard against that. And that's also, I think, a transit phenomenon because we are new to it. Your body itself dictates you what you should be doing.
Absolutely.
So just to be closer to oneself, both physically and mentally, will take care of both mental as well as the physical health.
Absolutely. As the saying goes, simple living, high thinking and things.
Yeah,
that is something that we all have to follow. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Jitendra
Yeah,
Singh. Can
you.
we have a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for having this is such a candid and honest conversation with Dr. Singh. I request Mr. Rabin Sharma, Managing Editor of Yawn, to please thank our guest.